Hello everyone. So recently I was having a discussion with someone I was working with, and the discussion was about ScriptRunner. Now, ScriptRunner for Jira, although we have it on both data center and cloud, the discussion was actually on the data center version of ScriptRunner. Now, ScriptRunner for Jira was actually a very desirable uh, app. It is still a very desirable app, to be honest, because you can do a lot of wonderful things using ScriptNow for Jira on data center. You can do extreme customizations, and because it was a very popular tool, at least when things were on data center. Even now it is popular. Even now, ScriptNow for Jira is being used, but because a lot of organizations have already moved, or they are moving, or they are in a process of moving in the next few weeks or months to cloud, uh, there will be, of course, decline both in the usage of the app on data center, because if there is no data center, then what is the point of having ScriptNow for Jira on data center? Although there is a script runner on cloud, but it is totally different. The way ScriptNow for Jira works on cloud is, of course, based on REST API. Now, the main thing that I want to talk about is basically for those people who are trying to learn and get into Jira administration slash consultation, or if they want to learn a runner for Jira. So the main thing that I want to talk about is, or the main question that I want to address, or the thing that I want to highlight is whether it is in 2023 beneficial or useful to use and spend time learning ScriptRunner for Jira for data center or not. Is it worth learning ScriptRunner for Jira? Now, if you are, and to be honest, I don't really have like a clear-cut answer, but I can give you, my honest opinion. First of all, I don't like it that majority of organizations are you are going to use cloud, because they don't really have any option. They have to, if they're using Jira, if they want to stay with Jira, then they will have to move to cloud if they can't really afford to use data center. So for someone who is trying to maybe acquire a new skill, let us say people who are Jira administrators and they think learning a script now will help them or not. So I think if you are not really doing anything with data center, then you should not bother too much. Even with cloud, there is a lot that you can do. Of course, when it comes to, if you are into the tech side of things, then of course you can learn automation rules. You can learn REST API, learn about few apps really well, and most importantly, make yourself familiar and comfortable with REST API, and also start learning Forge. And I think I mentioned this in one of my video. Forge, in a way, is, or it will become like script runner for cloud. ScriptRunner for cloud, or ScriptRunner for Jira on cloud, is of course, as I mentioned, based on uh, REST API. So if you know REST API and if you know a little bit of Groovy, then you're fine. But if you're not really doing anything with, or if you think you're not really going to manage an instance which is not really a data center instance, then spending time learning ScriptRunner for Jira will not really make sense if you know for sure. But if you are like an enthusiast like me, or if you are a bit old, if you already know Groovy, and to be honest, Groovy is not really a difficult language. So make priorities for yourself. If you have absolutely no plan, or if you can't really figure out whether you will be working on data center, then I don't really think you should spend a lot of time and of course investment learning a script runner for Jira on data center, because on data center it is not just a script runner or Groovy. You also have to learn Jira admin really well. Of course, it is not too different, fortunately, but things are different on data center. We don't really have work management. We don't really have a lot of those features that we have on cloud. So things are different on data center. And most importantly, if you're doing anything with ScriptRunner on data center, you will have to learn about the Java APIs, and that is of course huge. It will take forever. So um, I thought I'll probably mention this, especially if you're new, if you're thinking of doing something more. But this whole thing, the feedback or the suggestion that I gave you, it can definitely be totally different or opposite for someone who is working for, let us say, a big organization, and they manage Jira instance, which is on data center, and you know for sure if you're working for them, then their instances are on data center and they will always be on data center. And I don't really think Atlassian will shut down data center anytime soon. Maybe they will in future, but if you're working in a company, then yes, it makes sense to learn ScriptRunner, because if you learn ScriptRunner, you will mostly focus on, of course, you will start with Groovy, then of course you will mostly focus on doing simple things, and of course you will be interacting with Java APIs, and for the next couple of years, hopefully that knowledge will help you, and who knows what will happen to Jira Data Center in the next few years, but I don't really see any. I know Atlassian is not really planning to keep data center with all the new features of Jira, because even if you look at the roadmap, all the new features or all the latest and exciting features are on cloud, not only on data center. But if you're working for an organization where you know that they use Jira Data Center, and learning ScriptRunner for Jira can potentially give you an edge, then do learn it. It is not really a difficult thing to do at all. And of course, if you follow my videos, I have not really made a lot of videos on ScriptRunner for Jira for a couple of reasons. Number one, there is not, I think I've covered a lot, to be honest, already. And at the same time, I know the demand. I know like a lot of people are trying to learn automation on cloud and REST API on cloud, which I of course cover on a regular basis. And I may, let us see how it goes. Let us see if I get more time. I may start or restart my Forge series. I just need to find more time, because when you are trying to make a video on coding or something a bit more tech, deep dive into tech, then you need like some preparation and you need to spend time. So I might resume. I know for sure that Forge is, of course, we all know that Forge is the recommended platform for app development, but Forge can also be used for of course you will be developing an app, but you can also do it for yourself, right? Like maybe you're managing like your own instance of Jira. Using Forge, you can build like a small gadget or write some customization, and it is good. I think Forge is, of course, getting better day by day. There are new features, new improvements, but make a priority list for yourself based on your current situation, based on what you think might happen. If you are totally not into job, or if you are thinking of joining a company, or if you are trying to get a job, and if you, most likely 90% of the cases, that company, that organization where you want to join, or you're thinking of joining, or you might join in future, they are most likely using Jira Cloud. So unfortunately, Jira focus on Jira Cloud. I mean, maybe fortunately, because it is easy, it is not really difficult. But if you're like me, my suggestion has always been to focus and stay up to date, or I should say, build your competency around the technical side of things. Because if you are good in doing tech things, then you will have more opportunities, you can earn more money, and you will be future proof in a way. And that is it. That is it for today's video.